Hello there, everybody. My name is Alon Scotsman, and today I want to focus on the 2016 presidential elections. In order to understand what went down, we first need to look at the two candidates, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, whom we all know won. In order to understand who and how everything happened, we first need to look at the two candidates. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. I'll be making two videos on these two people. The first will be on Hillary Clinton, which is the video now. In order to understand what went down, we first need to understand Hillary Clinton's past. She first started off as the wife of Bill Clinton, the President of the United States, until he was impeached as a result of a sex scandal. She then founded her foundation with her husband, the Clinton Foundation, which became a major source of contention during the 2016 election.
There's a early 2014 email from Hillary Clinton, so not so long after she left Secretary of State, to her campaign manager, John Podesta. That email, it states that ISIS, is funded by Saudi Arabia and Qatar, the governments of Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Now, this is I think this is the most significant email in the whole collection. And perhaps because Saudi and Qatari money is spread all over the place, including into many media institutions. All serious analysts know, even the US government has mentioned or agreed with that some Saudi figures have been supporting ISIS, funding ISIS. But the dodge has always been that's, it's just some rogue princes using their cut of the oil money to do whatever they like, but actually the government disapproves. But that email says that no, it is the governments of Saudi and the government and Qatar that have been funding ISIS.
The Saudis, the Qataris, the Moroccans, the Bahrainis, particularly the Saudis and the Qataris, are giving all this money to the Clinton Foundation, while Hillary Clinton is Secretary of State, and the State Department is approving massive arms sales, particularly to Saudi Arabia.
Under Hillary Clinton, and our Clinton emails reveal significant discussion about it, the largest ever arms deal in the world was made with Saudi Arabia, more than $80 billion. In fact, during her tenure as Secretary of State, total arms exports from the United States in terms of the dollar value doubled.
And of course, the consequence of that is that this notorious terrorist jihadist group called ISIL or ISIS is created largely with money from the very people who are giving money to the Clinton Foundation.
Yes.
After leaving the White House, she spent years improving her and her husband's public image. She then ran for a congressional seat for the state of New York and won. And after arriving to Congress, she made bad decision after bad decision, from supporting the war to opposing gay marriage. But when she ran for the presidency, she flipped on all her positions. This played a huge role in the elections because it would appear that her decisions were influenced not so much by principles but by polling and popularity. And then around the same time, there was a senator from the state of Vermont who seemed to be driven by principles and integrity, and his name was Bernie Sanders, a man who seemed by all accounts to be anti-establishment and wanted to address the issues that affected the American people, and as a result gained massive popularity. Through leaked emails from both the Clinton campaign and the Democratic National Convention, we found out about how they conspired to take him down, from planting fake news stories and the use of superdelegates, and as a result, she secured the nomination for the Democratic Party. Upon getting the nomination, she began what I can only describe as being the most obvious and embarrassing pandering campaign I've seen in my entire life.
They said, no, she has to go.
What's something that you always carry with you?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you getting information right now?
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce in my bag, swag?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yes.
Now listen, I
yes.
just want you to know, people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people again.
Okay. Is it working? Because we're going to have a lot of jobs from building infrastructure to coding, creating new apps. I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
But ultimately, I believe she lost because of the email scandal, but also because of her use of identity politics, constantly going on about being the first female candidate and possibly the first female president as opposed to talking about the issues. Rather than spending her campaign focusing on important issues like climate change, the economy, or terrorism, she spent her time contrasting herself from her opponent Donald Trump. This was a failed strategy.
Someone who has said pregnancy is an inconvenience to employers, who has said women don't deserve equal pay unless they do as good a job as men. Women don't deserve equal pay unless they do as good a job as men.